Nestled in the serene Argentine countryside, the small village of San Rafael thrived on its simplicity. Dirt roads crisscrossed fields of golden wheat and green pastures, while children with sun-kissed cheeks played barefoot under the expansive blue sky. Life here was unhurried, dictated by the sun's movement and the rhythm of nature. Among the villagers, soccer was not just a sport, it was the heartbeat of the community. At the center of the village stood a modest field bordered by makeshift wooden goalposts. The field was sacred ground for the locals, a place where stories were told through kicks and passes, and where dreams took flight with every goal. Every Sunday, the villagers gathered to watch the San Rafael Eagles, their local team, compete against neighboring villages. It was more than a match. It was an event that united everyone. Thomas, the team's captain, was a spirited 18-year-old with wild, curly hair and a talent for dribbling that left opponents in awe. Despite his skill, he harbored a secret longing for something greater: to meet his idol, Lionel Messi, the pride of Argentina. Thomas's room was adorned with Messi's posters, and his collection of clippings and highlights rivaled that of any die-hard fan. Yet, he never dared to dream that Messi could step foot in their humble village. The village's calm routine changed dramatically one sunny afternoon. A sleek black SUV arrived, dust trailing behind it as it rolled to a stop near the soccer field. From the vehicle emerged none other than Lionel Messi, clad in a simple white t-shirt, jeans, and a pair of sneakers. His presence was magnetic, and even the birds seemed to pause in awe. For a moment, the entire village seemed to hold its breath. Messi had come to San Rafael on the advice of an old friend who had spoken fondly of its picturesque charm and the unyielding passion for soccer that burned within its people. He was seeking solace from the blinding spotlight of fame, but more than that, he wanted to reconnect with the purity of the game he loved. Villagers, initially frozen with disbelief, quickly gathered around. Children ran up to Messi with wide-eyed excitement, clutching old soccer balls and pieces of paper for autographs. The adults, though more reserved, couldn't hide their joy. Thomas stood at the back of the crowd, his heart pounding as he watched his hero greet everyone with warmth and humility. After the initial frenzy, the village elder, Don Rafael, approached Messi. A man of wisdom and deep respect, Don Rafael's wrinkled face bore a kind smile that spoke of a lifetime of experiences. "Welcome to San Rafael, Lionel," he said, his voice steady despite his excitement. "It's an honor to have you here. Would you do us the privilege of playing a game with our boys?" Messi's eyes lit up. "I would love to," he replied. "It's been a long time since I've played on a field like this." The villagers cheered, and preparations for an impromptu match began immediately. The field was quickly tidied up, with the children eagerly marking the lines using white chalk. Tomas, chosen to lead the San Rafael Eagles, felt a mix of excitement and nerves. Playing alongside Messi was beyond his wildest dreams, and he vowed to make every moment count. As the teams lined up, Messi tied his laces with a focus that belied the friendly nature of the game. Villagers gathered around, their cheers creating an electric atmosphere. Thomas couldn't help but steal glances at Messi, who gave him a reassuring smile. "Play your game," Messi said. "Enjoy it." The whistle blew, and the game began. Messi's presence on the field was mesmerizing. His touches were precise, his movements fluid, and his vision unparalleled. Yet, he didn't dominate the game. Instead, he elevated those around him, passing the ball to the eager children and encouraging them to take their chances. Thomas felt his confidence grow with every interaction. Messi's encouragement was like fuel for his spirit, and soon he was dribbling past defenders and making daring plays. The villagers cheered louder with every goal, joy echoing across the fields. As the first half of the match concluded, the players gathered under the shade of a sprawling sycamore tree. The tree had stood on the edge of the field for generations, its roots intertwined with the village's history. Its canopy provided a natural refuge from the sweltering midday sun, and today, it became the setting for a moment of connection that the villagers would recount for years. The villagers, eager to care for their honored guest, brought out pitchers of freshly squeezed orange juice and platters of empanadas filled with spiced meat and vegetables. Players sat cross-legged on the grass, sharing the food and laughter as though they were family. Messi, far removed from the glitz and glamour of stadiums and sponsors, seemed at ease. He sat among them, his t-shirt and jeans blending seamlessly with their humble attire. Thomas, clutching his drink, felt a whirlwind of emotions. Just hours ago, he couldn't have imagined sitting beside his idol, let alone playing on the same team. Yet here he was, close enough to see the faint scars on Messi's legs, souvenirs of a career defined by grit and determination. Summoning his courage, Thomas asked the question that had been simmering in his heart. Messi, what keeps you going when things get hard? How do you find the strength to keep pushing forward? Messi paused, his gaze drifting to the horizon, where the golden fields met the azure sky. It's not always easy, he began, his voice soft but firm. When I was young, I had to leave my family to chase my dream. I missed home every day. There were moments when I thought about giving up. The players leaned in, hanging on to every word. I realized something important, Messi continued. The love for the game, it's bigger than any challenge. And the people who believe in you, who support you, they give you strength. If you work hard and stay true to your passion, the world has a way of opening doors. His words resonated deeply with everyone present. For Tomas, they were a call to action, a reminder that his dreams were within reach if he dared to pursue them. For the younger players, Messi's story became a spark that fueled their own aspirations. After the brief break, Messi rose to his feet, stretching his legs and flashing a grin. Shall we make the second half even better? Players cheered, their spirits rejuvenated. Thomas felt a newfound confidence surging through him. He wasn't just playing soccer, he was living a story that would become a part of his soul. The second half began with a renewed sense of energy. Messi, true to his word, made every moment count. His movements were poetry in motion, effortless yet precise. But what stood out most was his generosity. He passed the ball to the youngest players, encouraging them to take shots and guiding them with subtle gestures. At one point, a 7-year-old boy named Diego, who had been too shy to participate earlier, found himself with the ball at his feet. Messi crouched slightly, clapping and urging him on. Go for it, Diego. Show us what you've got. Diego, his face a mix of determination and fear, a hesitant shot. The ball rolled past the goalkeeper and into the net. For a moment, the field erupted in cheers louder than any professional stadium. Diego beamed, his chest puffed with pride, as Messi lifted him onto his shoulders. Thomas, watching this unfold, felt his admiration for Messi deepen. This wasn't just about soccer. It was about lifting others, about creating memories that would last a lifetime. As the sun began its descent, casting long shadows across the field, the game reached its climax. Thomas, fueled by Messi's encouragement, dribbled past 3 defenders in a dazzling display of skill. Nearing the goal, he looked to Messi for a pass, but Messi shook his head, gesturing for Thomas to take the shot. Thomas struck the ball with precision, and it sailed into the top corner of the net. The crowd erupted. Thomas's teammates swarmed him, their cheers mingling with the applause from the sidelines. Messi approached, clapping him on the back. That was incredible, Thomas. You've got something special. Thomas's chest swelled with pride, but his humility shone through. Thank you, Messi. Couldn't have done it without you. As the final whistle blew, the villagers gathered around the players, their faces glowing with joy. The match had been more than a game. It was a celebration of community, passion, and dreams. Messi, drenched in sweat but smiling from ear to ear, stood at the center of the crowd. He reached into his bag and pulled out his jersey, the iconic number 10 emblazoned on the back. Turning to Thomas, he held it out. This is for you, to remind you of today and what you're capable of. Thomas accepted the jersey with trembling hands, his eyes brimming with tears. I'll treasure this forever, he said, his voice thick with emotion. Messi addressed the crowd. Thank you for welcoming me into your lives and for reminding me why I fell in love with soccer. This village, this field. It's a reminder that the game is about more than trophies. It's about connection, inspiration, and hope. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, Messi climbed into his SUV. The villagers waved him off, their cheers echoing long after he disappeared from sight. Thomas, that day became a turning point. Inspired by Messi's words and actions, he trained harder than ever, eventually earning a spot on a professional team. Whenever he faced challenges, he looked at the framed jersey on his wall and remembered the day his idol stepped onto the village field. And in San Rafael, the story of Messi's visit became a cherished legend, a beacon of inspiration for generations to come.